Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Seems the whole world is mourning the loss of the great Australian Barry Humphries, a.k.a. Dame Edna, a.k.a. Sandy Stone, a.k.a. Les Patterson. He was an extraordinary performer and such an erudite, smart man and a charming, charming man. But particularly with Edna, when Edna first started, she was holding up a mirror to our suburban small-mindedness. And so it was sort of a satirist who then became a megastar in her own right, really.
Yeah. Yeah, and the reviews that he used to do when he was in law school all those years ago, they didn't use him much, and then it wasn't until Edna came out as this sort of small character, and then that went on to the movie Barry Mackenzie.
So Edna first appeared on screen in a Barry Mackenzie film, is that right?
That's pretty much it, yeah, in a movie. And the movie was made, I think they spent, it was like $200,000
on the adventures of Barry Mackenzie
to make it, and then it ended up making $1 million, and all of a sudden it became this hit, and it also featured Barry Mackenzie just drinking Foster's Lager all the time, and Dame Edna was interviewed about it.
Why does the film have a fetish about Foster's Lager?
Well, I think it's because it's the Australia's national drink. And it caught on in a way, and it's become a very popular drink. You see it in most of the shops now, don't you?
Are there any sort of commercial undertones?
No. In fact, Foster's Lager didn't provide any money whatsoever for the making of the film. Though many people have thought that the film looked like a 2-hour commercial. Foster's Lager. Oh, dear. In fact, it isn't.
That's before the ego went crazy. But Edna was such a fabulous guest on so many fabulous shows. Here's just a couple of them. Here is Dame Edna Everage with Michael Parkinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Les
It's
Patterson.
Les.
Beautiful. Good luck to you. And hello there, ladies and gentlemen. What a
I must do a handful of vaseline. Something.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
What is it I've got in my hands?
Oh, it's an ointment I'm supposed to use. I was just giving myself a quick application before the show. I'm supposed to use an applicator, but I generally do. No worries.
Do you remember the time Sir Les Patterson was on Alan Jones's show? Remember he had that Alan Jones live at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was wrapping up, and there's a bit where Alan was talking about the next guests that are coming up, and Sir Les says, I've never heard of any of these C-bomb, and that went live to air.
Wow.
And because he thought his mics were off.
But also pure Les Patterson.
I know, and I just the way he said, I remember sitting at home just watching it, and I thought, did Sir Les just drop the C-bomb?
Alan would have soiled himself.
No one complained. No one said anything. It was in the next day I was looking in the newspapers, no one mentioned anything.
Les Patterson was such a great creation as well, the gauche diplomat who was always drunk, food on his tie, so brilliant.
And his thing was he'd always come in and shake your hand and he'd have something on his hand, like Vaseline.
Always something foul. And here's the fabulous Graham Norton having a chat with Dame Edna. This is brilliant.
I had a school, a little drama school at my home, when I was just a housewife before megastardom smiled on me.
Yes.
And it was called The Dead. D-E-A-D. It was the Dame Edna Academy of Drama. I used to hear a little knock on the kitchen door, and it was Mr. and Mrs. Gibson with little Mel saying, could I help him, teach him some poems? And then, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Minogue brought little Kylie along soon after she was born. I used to babysit little Kylie. As a matter of fact, I breastfed her once.
The royals always loved Dame Edna, didn't they?
Well,
the Queen Mother, King Charles, huge fans. Piers Morgan talked about the royal family.
It's true, and actually Charles is a very charming, intelligent man when you meet him, isn't he?
And a very hard-working man. Don't you run away with the idea, my little American possums, that Prince Charles is idle. He's not. He works for people.
Whenever he's met you, there's always been a slightly mischievous glint in his eye. Did you ever think things could have panned out differently?
I think he was attracted to me. And he likes mature women. Look at Camilla. And I think
He likes the older lady.
he likes an old lady with plenty of hair. In the right places, Muse.
You may have seen a sketch that was part of a Royal Command performance. This was being played over the weekend. It's just so brilliant. So there's Camilla, there's Charles. I keep going to say in the corporate box, eating pies at halftime. There they are in the royal box.
With Mark Porus.
And Brendan Jones drunk. And then Dame Edna is brought in.
Yeah.
And then she sits down, says hello, and then there's a tap on her shoulder and a page gives her a piece of paper.
They've found me a better seat.
Up she gets and goes. But I met Barry Humphries a number of times, but the first time I met him was at a royal wedding. It was Fergie and Andrew's wedding. We're allowed to mention Andrew without being tasered?
I think you can.
Yeah, of course. So Fergie and Andrew, Channel 9 was covering the wedding, and I was working at the midday show as a researcher.
This is when you were in the bosom of Nine.
I was a researcher for the midday show with Ray Martin, but also doing occasional stories. It was the most thrilling time. And we were covering the royal wedding. So along the royal, I don't want to say route because I know that you'll raise an eyebrow.
I think that's what it is. It's the royal route.
The royal route.
She's got a
I
name.
knew you'd say it. So we had a double-decker bus where we were broadcasting from and watching all the royal family and all the dignitaries and all the guests make their way, I think it was to the Abbey. So I'm standing next to Barry Humphries. I watched him transform into Barry. When the wig goes on, into Dame Edna, sorry. When the wig goes on, he's Edna. And so I'm standing next to Dame Edna, and there's a carriage with Diana and Charles. It comes up the road, and Diana looks up, sees Barry, sees Edna, squeals and waves. And I thought, what a pinch me moment. Yeah. And I what a brilliant, brilliant time. And the whole world, as I said, is mourning the loss of Barry Humphries.